What's going on, beautiful people? D'Lo Brands back for another video. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, this is a place where you can find non-technical AI walkthroughs. We try out new tools, we give tips and tricks, and also we have a free community called the AI AI Lab where we share our experiments. My name is D'Lo Brands, and today we have some great news. Google has just released Gemini 3 Pro, and I'm going to show you how you can access it just for $10 a month, um, and also how you can access it directly from Google. So, in addition to that, we're going to be looking at the documentation, checking out what actual changes have been made to the capabilities, and also comparing it between Gemini 2.5 and Gemini 3 Pro. So let's dive into it. And right here, we were going to start first with the documentation. So, best for agentic and vibe coding to bring creative concepts to life. That's sounds like something they said before. Maybe, I don't know. But let's go down to the capabilities. So, learn anything, build anything, plan anything, understand complex topics, bring your ideas to life, delegate tasks, and multi step projects. Okay. So, all of that sounds really agentic, especially the plan anything, delegate tasks, and multi step projects. I think that we haven't entered that area with AI just because, you know, GPT teased some new update that was supposed to basically, based on the context of your chats, work on tasks. And then when you open the app again, it's worked on these tasks that it thought it should have worked on, or you can delegate stuff to it in the background. But it looks like we may be getting that with Gemini 3. And in order to use Gemini 3, you can use it in Google Anti-Gravity, which is their brand new agentic development platform. I think this is a very cool visual, and you can learn more about that. But you can also use it in Google AI Studio, which is what I'm going to show you in a second. And the Gemini API also has access to Gemini 3 Pro. So, um, they have a few examples down here. This first example is basically they're looking to get a 3D visualization of the different sizes of things. So an atom all the way up to, the galaxy. And with this, what this is showing right here is that Gemini 2.5 Pro, in terms of fidelity and actual, you know, animation sense, it is just not as lively as the result that Gemini 3 Pro is getting. So I'm kind of expecting that within everything. If Gemini 3 Pro is a leap in bounds in the coding or in the agentic capabilities, then I'm going to be very, very satisfied with this model. And here, interact with complex topics like RNA transcription. Okay, it says show me how RNA polymerase works and what are the stages. So it actually gave you some searches, but also gives you a visual. That is very, very cool. Wow, look at that animation. And that's all done by coding. So I'm guessing that in that specific chat, this is how Google should work. This is the experience of searching on Google that you should have. You should have the sites on the side, but you have whatever model you're using to search with, being able to give you a summary and also give you as much information to learn about it. Hint, a visual, and that's powerful. And it seems like they're boasting a lot of visual capabilities for this model. So, in addition to that, they also have this video, which basically this girl had a bunch of little kind of cookbook notes all around the house. She took a picture of it and um, she actually put it into Gemini 3 Pro. It translated it for it, which is basic, but then it created an interactive website that has the interactive cookbook on it. So it coded that out, and that's the cookbook right here. And I think that that's very, very cool because, if this is so much better at coding, that means that the visual fidelity of what is being coded is going to be much better. And this was kind of the roadblock that a lot of people were entering, and why we need platforms like 21st Dev, or the ones that help you to design better with just specific components. But now, if Gemini 3 is able to really use the best components out of the box, just coming up with it, then I think that's very powerful. So let's check out the performance. So right here we have humanity's last exam. This is reasoning and knowledge, almost double from Gemini 2.5, and Gemini 5.1 got a 26.5, and you guys know how I feel about Gemini 5.1. Terminal bench, agentic coding, it got a few more percent than GPT 5.1, but almost double from Gemini 2.5. So that's good. In terms of parametric knowledge, Gemini 3 Pro is soaring above everyone else. And we have the full benchmarks down here. So if you do want to look more into this, be sure to check it out. But it is an expensive model. It is a very expensive model. And the context window is 1 million. So let's go in here and actually use it. So you can input everything, voice, video, PDF, whatever, and it is available in everywhere, including the Gemini API. So if you search up Google AI Studio, you will get this window right here. They actually have a banner at the top that says to try the new model. But if you go to Playground, you will see this section over here where you will basically be able to choose the model that you're using. You can choose all of the best Gemini models that are out, as well as the older ones too. So if you click on all, you can see all of them. VO2, Gemini Robotics. I don't even know what Gemini Robotics is, but I'm guessing it's something. So go here, click on that, and you can go in here and chat with Gemini 3 Pro right now. But it is going to cost, so you do have to have a billing account linked to this. And that's why I recommend just using something like Abacus AI. Abacus AI is basically a hub where you can access all of the best models. In addition to Gemini 3 Pro, you have the latest from everywhere. And this just released today, and they already have it on their platform. So they are very fast in updating. But you do have access to everything, as well as all of the image models and video generation models and text to speech and speech cloning, everything. They have everything. And so what we did was basically, I just asked it, how are you different from Gemini 2.5? But of course, Abacus has it trained on its instructions. So we decided to do a few tests, and we decided to actually do those same tests that they showed inside of the examples on the documentation page. So right here, this was the scale difference between the subatomic particle all the way up to the galaxy, and we got Gemini 3 Pro to build this out. And so this is the visual that it gave us. So much more fidelity, and it's using more parameters than Gemini 2.5 would use. So how do you know that's the model? It was Gemini 3 Pro, okay? And when you go in here, you can actually go down and see the different objects, and also that it's using lighting. It's using a scene setup to be able to get this fidelity. So I think that this is very, very cool, because Gemini 2.5 just was not doing things like this. And so you can see the human doesn't look like a human, whatever. The Eiffel Tower, Mount Everest, Earth, Jupiter, Sun, solar system. So it didn't exactly get what the example showed us, but it did get something that was better than Gemini 2.5. And guess what? When we tried to get Gemini 2.5 to create this, it could not create it. It absolutely could not create it. This was another visual. So right here, we tried to get Gemini 2.5 to create it based on the same prompts. It built it out and I couldn't use it, so I got it to go back and fix it. And it said, I sincerely apologize. I cannot fix this thing. It wanted me to go ahead and use the Abacus Deep agent to, perform this task, which I like that it sent me over to that, but I wanted you to do it. But that shows that Gemini 2.5 unable to do something that Gemini 3 can. So we also got a visual of polymerase, just like in the example. And when we got Gemini 2.5 to build it, this is the visual that we got. It's broken. It doesn't even work. It's something that's very basic and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Do we see a scene setup? We don't see a scene setup. We don't see a scene setup, okay? And a scene setup wouldn't be used in that type of visual, but I digress. So then we got Gemini 3 Pro to build it out. And if you want to be able to use the canvas type of experience, just like in Gemini or ChatGPT, where the model will basically code and then you can preview, you have to go into Playground down here. So just click Playground. If you click on code, it'll just code. It won't give you a preview of it. But if you go to Playground, it will. And so we got it to do that. And this is what it came up with. This is so much better than the result that Gemini 2.5 gave. Like 1,000 times better. And so you can see the different enzymes changing, unwinding. The whole entire strand is unwinding. And you can even reset it and change the speed. It can go so much faster. This is the type of capability that I really like. And of course, it's not perfect, but this is a one-shot prompt. So I really like Gemini 3 so far. I'm definitely going to be trying it inside of my vibe coding projects, see if I can get some change on my website, etc., etc. And even with image and video generation, like how is it actually going to change our images? Because when we give AI a prompt, especially in Abacus, it will then create a prompt that is better based on the different guidelines that make it a good prompt. So it'll use that and go to a specific image model and go ahead and use that. So thank you for stopping by and checking this out. Let me know what you think about Gemini 3. I am loving it. Like, you guys know how I feel about Gemini GPT 5.1. It is not impressive, but this is impressive. But I'm also on the lookout for the new Nano Banana update. Really excited for that. Nano Banana is already good, but if they can make it great, I love that. So this has been D-Lo Brands. I appreciate you for stopping by and hanging out, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.